A burglary investigation of a Jasper home yields an arrest. Larry Bouchon offers his take on the potential development of Interstate 67, and sports with Kurt Gooksell. Those stories and much more are up next here on 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. In your news, a burglary investigation of a Jasper home has led to the arrest of a Jasper woman who is also the daughter of one of the robbery victims. Jasper police began to investigate on Monday afternoon after the burglary was reported by the home's occupants, Sharon Keller and Nathan Jacob. Keller and Jacob told police that several items were missing from their residence located along Margaret Drive in Jasper. Keller and Jacob noticed the theft Monday morning prior to the two of them leaving for work, and they contacted police after returning home from work on Monday afternoon. Jasper police arrested Keller's daughter, 27-year-old Christy Paget of Jasper, for entering her mother's residence and stealing several items. Items missing from the residence included alcohol, a 35mm camera, a ladies' ring, some Xbox games, and 3 debit and credit cards belonging to Keller. During the investigation, police determined that Paget had entered the home early in the morning hours of this past Sunday, April 28th, while Keller and Jacob were home and took the items. According to authorities, Paget used the credit cards at a local retail store for purchases. Police have recovered most of the stolen items. Paget faces Class D felonies for residential entry, theft, and fraud, along with a Class C felony for burglary. She is currently lodged in the DuBois County Security Center. Jasper police say the investigation into the burglary is still ongoing. The DuBois County Humane Society has hired Kara Ward as the interim executive director for the society. Ward is a 2006 graduate of Butler University and has a bachelor's degree in public relations and advertising. That same year, she went to work for BR Associates in the marketing department. While at BR Associates, she served as marketing manager and benefits manager for the company. She also has experience in public speaking and event planning. Board President Mary Solomon says Ward's task will be to identify immediate needs of the Humane Society from a staff and volunteer standpoint. Ward will also drive a growing volunteer program, identify opportunities for development for the Humane Society, and expand public opportunities for both adoption and service. Ward currently lives in Jasper. She and her husband Brad have one daughter, Finley Ward, and a 6-year-old rescue dog named Quincy. As the development efforts for the proposed Interstate 67 highway project continue, Indiana's 8th District Congressman Larry Bouchon has been among the supporters of the project. Bouchon says he's been involved with the project going back to before he began representing Indiana's 8th Congressional District. He says he's had a staff member attending I-67 meetings for quite some time. Bouchon says he wanted to be involved in this project early on and says the project would be of great benefit to the area.
We wanted to get on board early. I've had a staff member of mine attending the I-67 coalition meetings for quite a long time, and I think, I'm very hopeful that this project is moving along, because for this area it would be a great thing economically, and we're doing everything we can to help support the project.
Bouchon says he believes that there has been some progress with the project in recent months, and he hopes to keep the project moving forward. He says the work of area leaders has been crucial to the progress of the project.
With the local community leaders really taking the lead on this, and getting involved with the INDOT, and also interacting with people on the Kentucky side, as well as coming to Washington, D.C. and talking with legislators. The I-67 coalition just a couple weeks ago was in Washington meeting with people like myself and senators and others promoting the project. So I think that right now things seem to be moving in the right direction, and I'm hopeful that we can get this project going.
Last week, members of the I-67 Development Corporation said during a press conference the new road could be the cheapest interstate ever to be planned because 90% of it is already built as existing roadways. The proposal for I-67 includes upgrading parts of US 231 to interstate quality and building a 38-mile stretch of new road from the improved stretch of US 231 up to Interstate 69 at Washington. Yesterday, Jasper-based German-American Bancorp reported increased quarterly earnings and continued balance sheet growth during the first quarter of this year as compared to the same quarter of last year. German-American's first quarter 2013 net income of $5.8 million, or 46 cents per share, represented an increase of approximately 5% on a per-share basis above last year's numbers, which were $5.6 million of net income, or 44 cents per share. As compared to the same quarter of last year, this quarter's earnings were positively affected by a $1.1 million increase in total non-interest income, driven primarily by approximately a $400,000 gain in insurance revenue, a $200,000 increase in trust fees, and a $600,000 increase in net gains on sales of securities in the first quarter of this year, according to a company press release. Further enhancing the level of the company's first quarter 2013 earnings was a $340,000 reduction in the amount of provision for loan loss from that which was booked in the first quarter of last year. This reduction in the level of loan loss provision was related to continued improvement during the first quarter of this year of an already strong level of asset quality within the company's loan portfolio. German American also reported higher levels of loans and deposits as compared to the first quarter of last year. March 31st, 2013 loans outstanding were up 9%, or $100 million over last year, while total deposits were up 3%, or $55 million from last year's total loans and deposits. According to a company news release, these increases during the past year are reflective of the company's continued growth of its base of both lending clients and deposit customers. The company also announced that its board of directors declared its regular quarterly cash dividend of 15 cents per share. That will be payable on May 20th to shareholders of record as of May 10th. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz has unveiled his plans for the second annual series of City Chats. 3 such events are set to take place, 2 of which are set for this month and the other one set for mid-June. The schedule and guests, in addition to Mayor Seitz, are as follows. Next Tuesday, May 7th at noon, aboard the Spirit of Jasper with Assistant Street Commissioner Jeff Tysing, Park and Recreation Director Ken Buck, and Utilities General Manager Gerald Bud Hauersberger as guests. Tuesday, May 21st at noon at the Herman Kiefer Fire Station on 6th Street, featuring Fire Chief Kenny Hulksang, Police Chief Mike Bennett, and Director of Personnel, Safety, and Loss Control Cale Canese as guests. And the third City Chat, which is set for Tuesday, June 11th at 11:45 a.m. at the Jasper Arts Center. That event will feature Arts Director Kit Miracle, Director of Community Development and Planning Darla Blasey, City Engineer Chad Herm, and City Attorney Renee Kabrick as guests. The June 11th program is part of the Brown Bag Lunch Series at the Arts Center. Brown Bag Lunches have a $5 dessert and beverage fee. There is no charge to listen to the mayor's message on this day, and there is no fee to attend either of the May City Chat events. City Chats are designed as opportunities for officials to converse with the general public and for the public to be more informed about city government. Come as you are and bring lunch if you so choose. Any questions concerning City Chats may be directed to City Hall at the number listed on your screen. The Indiana State Police participated in the Drug Enforcement Administration's 6th Drug Take-Back event, during which Hoosiers all across the state dropped off unwanted prescription drugs last Saturday at locations all over the state, including at the Evansville and Jasper State Police posts. The numbers from last Saturday's event are now in, and locally, the Jasper Post reported 434 pounds of prescription drugs collected during the event, and the Evansville Post reported 267 pounds of prescription drugs collected. Statewide, 11.5 tons of unwanted prescription drugs were collected, just under 5 times the amount collected across the state during the first Drug Take-Back event, which was in September of 2010. State police drop-off locations contributed just under 1,900 pounds of this year's statewide total. The Indiana State Police have partnered with the DEA in each of the 6 Drug Take-Back events. The event serves to provide an alternative to improper disposal of prescription drugs or leaving them around the house and susceptible to unintended or even illegal use. Coming up after the break, ever-changing weather and rain chances. That ahead in your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and part 2 of Inform with Indiana's 8th District Congressman Larry Bouchon. That's all up next here on 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.